Okay, so I've now wet sanded the entire back part of the neck. That's set up. This part's been wet sanded, assuming with that little pocket in the front. And I have 2 more synthetic brushes. Again, use cheap brushes because this stuff is going to destroy it. Odds are, by the time I'm done with this process, I'll destroy both of those brushes, and I'll need to get 2 more, maybe 3 more, to do the neck on the Flying V. And then after that, we'll proceed to doing the other guitar. So yeah, I'm just gonna layer some on, so hang on a second, I'll get that ready. So here's a new layer. So I'm just gonna brush it down right here, and this is all we're doing. See, every morning I just get up and I get some more from here, get it on the brush, and just get it down on here. And now what's happening is it's not really dispersing as easily as it was earlier, because now what's going on is the stuff is melting into itself. It's bonding with the layers that I've already put down. So the thing is, like, this is an extremely viscous substance. It's very slippery. It wants to spread out. It is basically self-leveling, which is really nice. If you have it on a relatively flat surface, it will just kind of adhere in its own way to the natural form of the object, basically according to the pull of gravity. So it's like, it's a really nice, like, simple catch-all solution to a modification like this is just true oil. Again, I always recommend this stuff. It's a little toxic, so you can't just, you know, pour it down the drain or whatever, so you got to be careful with it. But yeah, this stuff, it's really easy. I'm going to put this layer on very quickly, just kind of, you know, cover the whole area, and then when I am done letting it dry, I will come back and sand the excess off. Always put a little bit extra over. You can sand it back, that's fine, you know. And again, you're not really ruining the guitar, you've already modified it, so, you know, it's not like anybody else is going to care for this guitar. So if there is a little bit of excess finish, it's not the end of the world. And then I'm going to go one more time over the seam, which binds the old finish to the new finish, with just one extra layer of the oil to make sure it is extra covered. And then I am going to blend the crap out of that with wet sanding paper, because that's what it takes. And then yeah, just make sure to not let any spots. See, like, that's a little spot right there, you kind of see that. I'm gonna get that up right now so that it doesn't sink in randomly. Shit. Okay, there we go. So you just kind of get it and make sure it doesn't get too far in there. So yeah, that's in there, so I'll buff that out. But basically that's what happens when it dries on there. You just buff it out. It's just like a slightly smoother spot. It really doesn't damage the guitar, it's just an aesthetic thing. So now I got to do this little spot here, and then that'll be it. And it's nice enough that, you know, if you don't want to get it so soaked that it's dripping, you just want to get enough on there that it's like thick and feels like it's like spreading. It should feel like almost like liquid butter. It should be very thick, like maple syrup. It should feel like warm maple syrup, because syrup normally is very thick and it moves very slowly. This stuff spreads kind of like buttery, so that's where the analogy for the liquid butter comes from. But really it should feel like maple syrup, because liquid butter is, I don't know, kind of gross. I'm not a butter fan, but I do like maple syrup. I do not eat butter on my popcorn. I guess that makes me a heathen. However, I do like a little bit of salt on my popcorn. Just a little bit. Alright. So yeah, that's that. And that's that layer of finish. I'm going to let this chill out for a couple of hours, come back, check on it. Lightly sand it down, do the next layer, and that's it. Hey guys, and we're back. So this looks really good. In fact, I may only do the 6 coats. There's some excess over here that I might be able to polish off, but I'm not really too worried about it. You know, the neck feels great, so I'm running my thumb along the seam and I can't tell the difference. There's definitely like a little bit of a line you can see right there to there. New finish, old finish. Doesn't really bother me though. Feels great though. Guitar feels great in my hands, man. This feels really good. So I think I'm gonna call it after I do tonight's last coat. So I've done 4 coats. This will be the 5th one, and then tonight will be number 6. And then tomorrow I will buff it out, and there may be one more coat tomorrow after I buff it out, but that's highly unlikely. If anything, I'll put like a little bit right here because this seam is exposed and I can feel a little bit of roughness here. So I'm going to try and saturate that spot. But besides that, there really isn't any issue with this. So I'm going to go ahead and get on with the True Oil again. I got my brush, and see you guys later tonight. Right now I'm doing all these updates on my phone because it's easier to just bust out my phone than to get my whole camera set up. So for these quick little updates, I'm just going to use my phone. But when I'm doing like big sort of like project work, like when I shave the neck down, and when I'm doing like the initial phases of shaping the neck, of course I'm going to bust out my camera. So we're going to go back and forth between, you know, phone and actual, you know, tripod mounted camera. Excuse me, coffee burp. But yeah, we'll go back and forth between those two, okay? And thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you guys soon.